What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing the bipolar test. It says here it's a 4-minute quiz, so hopefully this will only be a 5-minute video. Now I know I don't normally, when I'm doing these quizzes, read this bit, but I'm going to for this one. You'll first get a screen like this, basically a lot of small font, and then a button at the bottom. It's that says I agree, and it says by clicking I agree below you acknowledge that this is not a diagnostic instrument and is only to be used by you if you are 18 years or older. You agree that this application is for information purposes only and is not intended to replace a consultation with your doctor or a mental health professional. Mind Diagnostics, which is the website, sponsors, partners and advertisers disclaim any liability, loss or risk incurred as consequence, directly or indirectly, from the use and application of this test. If you're in need of if you're in need of immediate assistance, please dial 911. Now that does actually still work in Australia. It's not our emergency number, but because it's repeated so often on American TV shows, which we have here, predominantly the police procedural ones where, you know, you would expect to hear it, there is actually a thing in place where if you're in Australia and you dial 911, it'll automatically redirect you to 000. But 000 is our emergency number. It also has a number there for the National Suicide Prevention LifeLine. It's obviously not the one for Australia. I will try to find that and I'll link that as well below. But yeah, okay, cool. So I agree when you wanna, okay. So it immediately brings us up to, okay, it brings us up to a screen that reads, I'm gonna, now that I'm here, I'm going to, it's the wrong one, screen record this, and hopefully I'll be able to send it to myself. So you'll be able to see here on the side of the screen what I'm doing here. Hopefully this works. Otherwise, I'm just sitting off center for no reason. Alright, so it says, have there been times when you felt unusual or quote unquote like a different person and the following happened to you? 20 questions. Okay, no wonder it's a 4-minute quiz. Right, so you couldn't shut your mind off or stop thoughts rushing through your mind. Basically, I mean, this one, it's interesting. A lot of these quizzes usually give you like a time frame to think back in. This one's just being like, have there been instances of this? Because obviously bipolar works a different way. I'm gonna put yes. I'm gonna put yes. Especially lately, lockdown has not been helpful to mental health, that's for sure. Number 2, you've experienced feelings of anguish or desperation. I mean, I don't really have much to add there. It's one of those quite complex, and if I tried to explain it, we'd be here for an hour sort of situations. So, question 3, you were much more socially active than normal and at all hours. Much more socially active. It's things like this where like the semantics, and this is probably just giving evidence to my yes for question 1, but the semantics here, like how much is much. more. You know, because obviously with lockdown at the moment, I'm constantly checking in with my friends, being like, hey, how are you guys going? Because I want to make sure that my friends are okay. And I'm also trying to do a whole bunch of afters applications and stuff like that. So there's talking to my friends that can help with that side of things. And there's you know what, I'm gonna put yes, because it's 1:30 in the morning and I'm making this video, and this is going on social media, so between that and the constant checking in every few days, because otherwise I can go, you know, days without talking to certain people, because, you know, I know for a fact that they're busy. Number 4, your behavior was unsafe or risky in a way that wasn't normal for you. I'm gonna say no to this one. Ever since I've had to start taking my medication for epilepsy, I've been very careful not to put myself in a situation where if I were to have a seizure, I would be in like imminent danger. So we're going to put a no for that one. You felt exhausted or unusually fatigued. Look, I think that just kind of goes hand in hand with insomnia, which is the symptom to about a dozen different mental health issues. As soon as you're right there. It's good to know you're working again, but do you mind? Although that smell, that, thank you. Question 6, you got angry and you were aggressive or violent towards others. This one has been the one that I've sort of struggled with the most my entire life. Not like this as a symptom of bipolar, but just like aggression and violence. I'm gonna put no, because I know for a fact that I have not gotten angry with anyone in a hot minute, and it's fucking good to be able to say that. Frustrated? Granted. Angry? No. And I've not been aggressive or violent towards anybody. You know, in a hot hour, okay? Not a hot minute. It's been much longer than that. Number 7, you talked a lot more or a lot faster than normal. I mean, when I really get into something, I can talk quite quickly, like I am right now. But otherwise, it's like, I've also found that since sort of discovering myself, and especially when I'm comfortable with people, I'm the fucking chattiest person you will ever meet. The normal. Because you're like, is this hiding behind my anxiety? Like, is anxiety just being like, are you sure you want to go in there? Because it's not a place you want to be, and then once you're in there, it's just like, you know what, I'm gonna put yes because I'm just rambling. I'm rambling for the question. When you're exhibiting the traits the questions are asking you about. You took risks with your finances which caused problems for yourself or others. I'm just gonna, hopefully you'll be able to see, and I won't need to comment on that. Nothing could make you happy or joyful. No. I can generally day to day find a little bit of happiness, whether it's like, it's a really nice day outside, I'm gonna go outside and just like sit in the sun, despite it being winter, or, you know, like I'm generally able to, even if it's a shit day, at the end of the day, I'm generally able to find something that makes it all worth it. Question 10, halfway through, your sex drive was much higher than normal. Much higher than normal. I mean, if we're being completely honest, pretty high to begin with. It's probably a little bit TMI for you guys, but hey, here we are, we're gonna know. You felt slower than normal in your body or your mind for a noticeable period of time. Yes. I probably should have answered no there, but I answered yes. Part of that is like anxiety, and part of that is my medication for my epilepsy, which messes with my short-term memory sometimes. And so sometimes there's bits where I have to like consciously force myself to slow down. I know this is talking more like an unconscious sort of a thing, and I have moments of that too, but predominantly it's that. Number 12, you're a lot more confident or self-assured than normal. I mean, look, isn't that part of depression? You think you're God's answer to the, you know, the problems of the world, and at the same time you think you're the worst person to ever exist, despite knowing that Adolf Hitler existed. If this worked, you saw that I contemplated pressing yes. A lot more confident. You know, there are moments where you didn't sleep very much and felt like you didn't really need to. There have 100% been moments where that's happened, and then there's been days like today where, I say today despite it being 1:30 a.m, but where, so last night I didn't get to sleep until, when, 3, 4 sort of thing in the morning. I woke up sort of, I want to say 10ish, slept sort of on and off throughout the day, didn't really get out of bed till 4. So I reckon I'm in for another one of those tonight. That's fun to look forward to. But yeah, there are days where I'll have, you know, I'll sleep like a cat or a koala. And then there's other ones where it's like, who needs sleep to survive? On those days, the God complex hits more, because it's like, I don't need sleep, I'm a fucking God. 14, you felt inadequate or to blame for things. Yep, yeah, absolutely. You were much more lively and energetic than normal. Yes. You became absent-minded and had trouble focusing on things. Obviously, you were much more productive than normal. I've also had ones where I'm much less productive than normal, and I think that that's the same sort of thing, right? You became so excitable or agitated that others around you were surprised by your behaviour, or your behaviour caused problems for you. Look, if we just put those last couple of words, your behaviour caused problems for you. Cue Simple Plan's Welcome to My Life. I mean, look, I have a friend who, like, he knows kind of what's going on in the MCU, not really, because he hasn't read the comics, so he doesn't really know sort of like, oh, okay, that tied into that, so we can expect this as the logical progression. He's not really that deep into it, but he's like, yeah, no, 100%, I'm on the Marvel boat, let's go. So when I start talking to him and I get like really excited about like, oh yeah, no, just you wait until this thing happens, he can get quite excited by that and like surprised, like, oh wow, okay, like, but that's more like what I'm talking about rather than my behavior. That's more content than context. I'm not going, no, I don't think so, at least. If you agreed with several of these statements, if any of these happened at the same time, absolutely. And then number 20, I need to turn you down, you are spraying way too often. Do I smell that bad? Have you had trouble because of these issues either in your job, at home, or in your social life? And this is the first one that doesn't just have a yes or no. We've got no trouble, a little trouble, some trouble, a lot of trouble. I go, some. And then as you can see at the end, it asks if you want a copy of the results sent to your email. You can simply just press the skip there, and it will do this. So hopefully this is working. If not, I'm gonna raise this up in a second. But 9 out of 13, there's the ad. I was waiting for it. 9 out of 13. As you hopefully can see here, 0 to 6 not indicative, 7 to 13 indicative. So I'm sort of, it says high risk, but realistically you've only got high and low there. I'd say that, you know, I mean, for me, I'd say that sort of borders high and moderate for me. But that's interesting results. Okay, stop recording that. Hopefully I can send that to myself. Waiting for it to maybe but yeah, that's all I've got for this video. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell as well if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. If you liked this one, please give it a big old thumbs up. If you want to try this quiz yourself or any of the other ones that Mind Diagnostics has, link is in the description below. And again, I will try to find Australia's suicide prevention number and put that below as well. If you need counselling, and again, not like an emergency services sort of thing, but you can go to like BetterHelp and get counselling through them on your phone, real easy. You can also, there's a whole heap of resources on Beyond Blue and Black Dog Institute. They're all going to be linked below as well. Yeah, if you tried this quiz, let me know what your score was in the comments below. My channel is and always will be a safe space for you to come and to talk about these things. If you don't want to be putting it just in a public comment section, you're more than welcome to message me. I don't know if, I'm sure people have had, does YouTube have messages? Is there a way that you can privately message a creator? I'm sure there is. If not, I will link some of my socials below as well. You can message me on them as well. I'm not here to judge. I am, here to listen if that's all you need. I can offer advice if you want that. I make these videos and share my scores, even if it's like, okay, yeah, no, he's like got, he's treating mental illnesses like Pokemon and catching them all. It's not that I want to be out here like, oh, my life's so much worse. I'm making these videos because I want to end the stigma. We can talk about it. I do not care. This is one of those things where I will, if I can sort of gain a sense that you really need someone to talk to, it's one of those things where it's like, I will drop everything to answer your questions, to talk to you, to, you know, maybe help give you that step back from the edge that you need so you can look at things clearly and, you know, make healthier decisions for your safety, because, you know, the world will not change without you. It'll actually change because you decide to stay. And sometimes people, I get sometimes people need that experience to be like, oh, well, like I need to like really get a handle on this. I understand that. And if during but that can also be a difficult thing as well. I'm here if you guys need me. Anyway, that's all for this video. What was supposed to be a 5-minute video has now become a 20-minute video. So until next time, guys, keep your head screwed on.